Good morning, everyone. We're live from Houston, Texas. This is Monday, September 17th, and show number, say it with me, show number 100. That's right, we made it to 100. Can you believe it? I honestly can't believe it. I remember back, I was doing a live show this spring sometime, and I got up to show like number 24, I think it was. I think it was 24. And I was like, oh my gosh, these numbers are getting so big. And here we are at show number 100. Uh, and and thank you all. You guys mean so much to me. Thank you so much for joining me every morning. Or if you do watch it in the future, because I know some people can't join it live. But if you do watch in the future, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone that came to join me this morning on the 100th episode. Just a reminder, if you're here, I see there's 12 people here. If you come in at any time during the live show, make sure you leave a comment in the chat room, because everybody who leaves a comment in the chat room during the live show is going to be entered into a drawing for some Captain Housekeeper swag. So I want somebody to win. Oh, good morning, Paula. Good morning, Captain Charles and Terry and KB, DJ, Diana. Captain Maggie's here. Who else is here? Oh, I don't want to miss anyone. Captain Michelle's here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Sandra. If I repeat your name, you're the lucky one. Good morning, Captain Pam. Good to see you. Oh gosh, I hope I didn't know. Captain Teresa was here earlier, but her boss was coming in the room, so she had to go. But I'm glad she was here. She got entered into the drawing because she said good morning this morning. Good morning, Captain Chris. Thank you, and thank you all for the congratulations. I wouldn't be here without you. You know, it takes a village to make this happen. So thank you very much for joining me every day. Make sure you give the show a thumbs up today, of all days. I would appreciate that very, very much. So it's the 100th show. Wow, can you hear the noise? They're being quiet right now. I had to actually move into the man cave, which is one more layer away from the flooring repairs, because when I don't know if you remember Friday, the project was on hold, right? And we were waiting for the insurance company to give us more money so that the contractor could start up again. And right, you know, at the last minute, Friday afternoon, we got the thumbs up. So the crew showed up 8:30 this morning. They were here, and what they have to do, of course, as we know, the flooring damage was worse than we realized at first. You don't know till you get in there, right? And so what they have to do is take out the entire subfloor. So the entire subfloor, you know, the house was built in 1938. So that subfloor has been there a while anyway. And now with this water damage, it has to all come out so that it all matches up. Like Roger said this morning, you know, boards are different sizes now. You know, before a 2x4 used to actually be 2 inches by 4 inches. And now it's like 1 3/4 by 3 3/4 or something like that. So it's, you know, it just all has to come up, and some of the joists will have to be reinforced. But because of that, they're using a lot of like power tools in there this morning to cut out all the flooring. So, you know, I had to move this far away. Captain Pam asked, was it crumbling? Yes, actually it was. You know, I have to actually go through those rooms to get to the master closet. So I, you know, over the weekend, carefully walked on the joists, because you can see the line of nails, right? So I walked on that so I wouldn't fall through. This new crew showed up, which this new crew's the one that's actually going to do the installation. So they're like framers. They're fixing it to get ready to install. And the whole crew showed up, and the contractor, and then the lead guy of the crew showed up, and he walked into the room and immediately fell through the floor. We're all being so careful, and the lead guy on the job fell through the floor. It was hilarious. I had to laugh. Then one of the crew members told him there were snakes, and he backed out of the room really quickly. Apparently the lead guy doesn't like snakes either. There are no snakes. I've looked. There's nothing in there. Although in the middle of the night, like 4 in the morning, Koyana had to go outdoors, and so I go out with her in the middle of the night, just in case there's raccoons or something. And I went out, and I looked, you know, I could see into the house because all the blinds were open, And then I suddenly had this image of zombies in my head, and then I came inside, and I swore I heard people knocking on the windows and stuff. It was kind of a nightmare, to be honest. But there are no zombies in my floors. Anyway. Captain Charles says, we'll not have to tread carefully anymore. Well, right now, if you follow me on Instagram, I just posted, just before the show started, I posted pictures of the current status. There are no floors now, so it really is just those joists, which are about, an inch wide. It's a good thing I have good balance. Captain Terry says, good day to take yourself out to lunch. You know what? That is on my agenda, Captain Terry. I am planning to leave this house because I think that the noise is going to become less and less and less. Tearing out these floors takes a power saw, like a skill saw, and there's several of them going at once. They have all the windows open in the front of the house, so they can just throw the debris out the window and not traipse it through. So I think once all that's all done and they go back into construction, it's just going to be some nail guns, boom, and that's not that loud. So anyway, and Captain Diana says, don't tell them about the bodies. You know what? If allegedly there are alleged bodies, they're going to find them today because all the floors are coming out. Captain Maggie says, I love zombies. I bet you do, Maggie. You know what I really thought of? Because I've never seen any real zombie movies. I think I've seen bits and pieces, but, I don't watch movies like that. But if you ever watch the show Psych, they did a zombie episode right at the end of the series in season 8. And they did a zombie episode, and that's really the one that I was thinking about the most. It's so creepy. Zombies are creepy, especially the ones that move fast. Captain Terry says it's a good mental break. Yeah, I need to. I had a nice break, though, because remember, they put the show on. They put the job on hold for a couple days, so that was really nice. I kind of got my bearings again. I spent all weekend tidying up because you can probably see there's stuff. Oh, look, there's Cleo. Oh, Miss Cleo. It's been a year since she passed away. There's her little box. Had her cremated. Anyway, I didn't know she was going to be on the show today. Miss Chandler's actually right here. You can't. Can you see her? I tried to put her tail up. It's not long enough. Anyway, Miss Chandler's here. The girls are at daycare because of, the front door's open. Too much noise. What are you going to do? Oh, good morning, Captain. Teresa came back to say happy 100th. I'm so glad you stopped in again. Captain Deborah's here. Oh, good, Deborah. Hello, Deborah. Good morning. Good to see you. And she has her earbuds. And Captain Deborah got herself an Instant Pot this weekend. So can't wait to hear how that goes, Deborah. There is a learning curve if you got an Instant Pot. My first several times I used it, the stuff didn't taste very good because you have to really learn how to spice things in an Instant Pot. I think it takes a little bit more than normal. And then everything starts tasting good. Michelle said Shaun of the Dead. I think I did see Shaun of the Dead. I like British shows, so. So Captain Diana says there are bodies buried everywhere from back in the Little House on the Prairie days. I bet there are, Captain Diana, up there in Wyoming. Actually, they just started building a school out here in Houston, outside of Houston. They found a whole cemetery. Cemeteries get completely lost to history if they're not well marked. So I don't know what they did with all those, bodies. Captain May says Shaun of the Dead is terrible. No, it's wonderful. Captain DJ said she had beef stew last night. Yummy. I actually made, what did I make? Oh, I made a big pot of pasta on Saturday, but I doctored it up with mushrooms and onions and sausage, browned it all up and put it in the sauce. It's actually really good, and then I didn't have to cook all weekend, which, I like making big pots of food on the weekend especially, because I don't want to spend all my time cooking, and with the house being half its size, I just didn't want to bother. So anyway, today they're going to be tearing out the floors. Because it's such a big job now, they're going to have to replace some of the joists. They're probably going to take several days to do the fixing of the floors, the subflooring and all that. The subfloor, unfortunately, because the house, if you know anything about construction, things are cut, like sheets of plywood, for example, are cut always the same size, right? And so you want the joists to be spread apart at certain widths so that it just fits right on there and nails on. Well, because this house was built so long ago, the joists aren't spaced that way. So they're actually going to have to put a subfloor that's planks that they have to put on a diagonal for strength. So they have to cut all these planks diagonally. It's going to be a lot of work to put the new subfloor down, but it will be nice and stable and sturdy, and I won't fall through. There was somebody said once, "You're lucky you didn't fall through this floor at some point." So, Captain Deborah said she made beef stroganoff, and it was a hit. That's wonderful. Captain Lila, oh, good morning, Captain Lila. I didn't see you come in. Yes, Captain Captain Michelle, everything has to be mitered. Because all the boards run on a diagonal, so where they butt up next to each other, it has to be mitered. Happy 100, Captain. Thank you, Lila. I'm so glad you're here to celebrate. You will be entered in the drawing for Captain Housekeeper swag. I haven't decided what I'm going to give away yet, but it'll have my logo on it for sure. 22 people showed up for the live show today. Thank you, 22 people. Please give the show a thumbs up if you're enjoying it, especially today. It's the 100th show. And if you want to be entered in that drawing I just mentioned, you have to comment in the chat room. It's the only way I know you're really here, right? So if you comment, I'm going to go back through and watch the show again so I can look at all the comments, and I'll write down everyone's names and then rip them up and then just do a random drawing. No purchase necessary. Some restrictions apply. Good morning, Grace. Good to see you. Thank you for the kudos. Wow, lots of people here. This is fun. So today I have to go out and make my ears stop ringing and get groceries because I ate them all this weekend. I need to find things that are I can make a big batches of because I don't want to cook every day. But, oh, good news. If you follow me on Instagram, you remember last week I posted a picture of the contractor who's in charge of this job. His name is Roger. Hey, Roger, if you're watching, from DPS Contracting here in Houston. Roger is going to be a very special guest on the show this week. It's going to be so much fun. Roger is going to join us probably Thursday. Tentatively, he had to go back and check with his office on his schedule, but Thursday sounds good. So Roger will be here on Thursday to answer all your questions. So if you have any questions for a general contractor about flooring, especially, I think that's what we're going to focus on is about flooring, please leave a comment in the chat room if you're here, or leave a comment in the future with your question for Roger. Leave it in the comment section, and I'm going to prepare and make sure that any relevant questions get answered. He's so worried because it's his first time on TV, I think, so it's going to be fun. It'll be fun to see him, though. Hopefully the floors will be far enough along. I'd like to do the show like from the construction site, so that would be fun. If not, we'll be construction site adjacent, and hopefully it won't be too loud. But please, comments for Roger or questions for Roger in the chat room or in the comment section, and I will ask them hopefully Thursday. Don't want to miss it. It'll be fun to have a guest on the show. I like having guests on the show. Oh, look, a lot of stuff came up. Captain Maggie needs to get more on Instagram. Yeah, you do. Instagram's where it's at. It's a lot of fun. It's all pictures. I love pictures. Captain Deborah says she likes coffee mugs with paw prints. Well, we'll see if you win, Deborah. That's funny. Putting in her order. Captain Melissa says she has questions. Good. I want your questions. Guests are fun, Captain Kristen. Captain Paula said, I may have missed it, but what type of flooring are you putting in? Well, Captain Paula, this drama has been going on for months and months and months now. I had pipe leaks. Yeah, if you're new here, I'll also catch y'all up. My bathroom in the center of the house was built in 1938, had cast iron pipes. And the cast iron pipes had 12 independent leaks, unbeknownst to me. And it soaked into the subflooring and, of course, ruined the hardwood floors in several areas of several of the rooms in the original part of the house. So what we did is we, and thank goodness the insurance is taking care of all this because it was damage caused by these leaks. But a couple months ago, I don't know if you saw, I had to have people tunnel under the house and do a plumbing project and reroute the sewer line out because it was so old and crumbling. So that was done. That was phase one. And now phase two is to actually fix the floors that were damaged by those leaks. So we started phase two, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And they started pulling up the floors. They took all the stuff out of the house, pulled up the floors, found all this damage. And now they're fixing the damage. They're down to the joists at this point, the subfloors. And then once that gets done, Captain Paula, they're going to put in solid oak floors again. So they're replacing it with what was there. It's just not 1938 oak floors. They're brand new oak floors. They'll be white oak floors, they said. And yeah, so that's that. What I'm really excited about, really excited about is they moved all my stuff out of the house there. So all the rooms are empty, just like before I moved into the house to begin with. So once the floors get put in, even the subfloors, once the subfloors are put in, I can go in those rooms. I'm planning on painting all the rooms when I have that opportunity to get in there without stuff in it, because I was never going to move all the stuff, let alone all of it all at once. I may have done a room at a time if I had gotten the gumption, but now that it's completely empty, I'm getting in there and I'm going to paint the ceilings. I'm very excited for this opportunity. Painting's actually quite easy. Of all the projects you can do yourself, it's actually, it's quite easy if you just take your time and just get in there and do it. So we'll be doing shows from the room as I'm painting them, because I have a window, so I won't be able to, I need to take advantage of the window. So we'll be in there. Captain Pam says, I like painting rooms. Oh, Captain Charles says, smart to paint with the subfloor and not the finished floor. Well, Captain Charles, though, just as a reminder, once they put in the finished floors, the actual the oak has to sit for 2 weeks without any stain or sealer on it so that the moisture wicks out of it. And so they told me that during those 2 weeks, I can do anything I want in there too, because they're going to come in and sand. So, I'm a very good painter, so it won't be too messy unless I have an accident. But, fingers crossed. It's always something. Hashtag it's always something. So they could come in and sand off any splatters. So it's a really good opportunity. Captain Grace says, plumbing issues are the worst. Oh, your house was built in the 30s also. Yeah, those old cast iron pipes, they were eventually going to give out, Captain Deborah says, I would never have been able to stay in the house with the holes in the floors. It's creepy. It is creepy. It's not creepy during the day, but it's creepy at night because there's things chirping in there. I can hear them chirping, and it's echoing in the empty rooms. I'm leaving the lights on because there's no way it's going to be in the dark in there. Captain Terry says the Instagram pics look kind of scary. It is scary. It's scary and creepy. Captain Maggie asked, does it smell? Yes, it smells damp. If you've ever been to like a house that's been closed up, like a country home that's been closed up, they only use it on the weekends or something, and you go in and there's this damp smell, that's what it smells like in there. But with all the plastic they put over the windows and stuff, it's not coming in here, thank goodness. So it's not musty and dank in here, but definitely when I go in there to go to the little boys' room, I get hit by a wall of damp. So, that's why all those subfloors have to be pulled out so that, there's nothing wet left. Because, Captain Terry says chirping. That's the zombies. The zombies trying to regenerate. I didn't need to hear that. Terry. Terry's Sweevel. She's sweet, but she's kind of evil. You're Sweevel, Terry. You got that in my head now. That's what the chirping means. Captain Maggie says, how does your air conditioning work with the open floors? Well, actually, one of the reasons we left it running, Captain Maggie, is to dry everything out. So it's actually helping to dry out. We don't want any dampness left at all at the end of this project. So having those open is going to help. Yes. I think somebody asked how high the ceilings were. I can't remember. I don't see it now. Sorry. I think somebody asked how high the ceilings are in those rooms. It's the old part of the house, so the ceilings are actually only 8 feet tall. So they're actually quite low. I can touch the ceilings without getting on a ladder. So that's going to make painting all those rooms really super easy and super, super fast. I painted them when we first moved in. It's just 4 walls, lots of windows. What's really good though is part of the insurance claim is that painters are coming in to paint all the trim, because the trim will probably get all scuffed up from the flooring work they're going to do, and it includes all the windows and door jambs. I went back and read it. So I actually only have to paint the walls and the ceilings. Professional painters will come in and do all the trim. So I think that, and doing the trim work is, it's hard. It needs to be done by a professional. So I think that's really great. I mean, I could do a good job. I've painted trim before, but it's kind of a relief that I don't have to. Captain Terry says, are you planning a room a day? I think that would work out if I kind of really work on it. I think I'm going to do a room every 2 days. I have enough time for that. And that will allow me to do the ceiling and the walls and do it well. I have other things to do. I don't want to just be painting during those days. I got to take care of the dogs and all that kind of stuff. So, oh, that's so funny, you guys and your zombies. Anyway, so, yeah, Captain Maggie says you're not hiring out the painting. Well, like I said, they're going to do the trim as part of the insurance, but because I actually painted professionally for a while right after college. I have all the skills to get her done and save some money that way. Since the insurance isn't paying for the walls, I'm just gonna do it myself. Plus, it'll be fun for Captain Housekeeper. I might do some how to paint walls videos, since I have, all I have to do is set up the camera, right, and get some footage and do some tips. So we'll give you some how to paint wall tips in the future too. Captain Deborah's watching the show from the bathroom. I think that's kind of on a need-to-know basis, Captain Deborah. Yeah, Captain Charles says, paint one, tape the next, paint that one, then tape the next. Guess what, Captain Charles? I don't tape. I'm anti-tape when it comes to painting. I don't know if that's just willfulness, but I don't paint. I don't tape. I just paint. I went to art school, so I'm really good with a paintbrush, so I can do that without taping. I'm not judging anyone who tapes, honest. Actually, no, taping's really good, especially around the windows and stuff. It makes it so much faster. But taping actually taping's a big part of the process. It takes a lot of time to tape. So if you're planning to paint a room, you have to plan to tape. Because if you don't tape, it gets really, really messy. But you have to plan that the taping's going to take a while. The actual rolling part is actually quite fast. So, Captain Kristen's anti-tape also. We're both willful that way. Captain Kristen. Captain Maggie says she's the queen of tape. Tape has come a long way in technology too. I don't know if you've noticed. When I was a professional painter back in the 80s, tape often had issues. Paint would bleed under it if you didn't do it just perfectly. But now they've come out with tape that is made to seal on one edge of it. So it actually makes a perfect seal, but it's not really taped down too hard on the other side. So it's easy to pull off also. I mean, it's just amazing. So you can actually do like designs on the wall with tape before you paint it, and it just comes right off. It's pretty amazing. Then you kept it. Terry rolls like a crazy woman. Yeah. I'm going to do some faux finishes in the house too, because what the word that I'm going for, the word image is alabaster. So I want my walls to look like alabaster, which if you've seen alabaster, I'm sure it comes in all different colors, but the alabaster I'm thinking of is kind of a grayish color. But it looks like it's glowing a little bit, like a buttery glow to it. So I'm going to somehow get gray to have a buttery glow. It's going to be fun. Maybe I'm insane. I don't know if it'll work out. It could look like mud. But it might come down to I'll just roll the whole place beige or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a contest to choose the colors. Okay, well, if you're here before the show's over, please give the show a thumbs up. Please also leave a comment in the live show chat room, and you will be entered into a drawing, a random drawing for a little bit of Captain Housekeeper swag because we're celebrating the 100th show. Also, just as a reminder, if you're just joining late, the general contractor on my flooring job, Roger from DPS Contracting, will be a guest on the show later this week. Please leave any questions you have for him about floors or about general contracting in general. I'm sure he'd be happy to answer whatever your question is. Please leave that in the comment section, especially if you're watching in the future. And I will make a list of the questions to ask him on, I think it's going to be Thursday. Okay, well, everyone, thanks for coming and celebrating 100 shows. It's been a lot of fun. I love you guys so much. I'm so happy to see all of you every single day. Please come back tomorrow at the same time, 11 a.m. Central in the USA, and we'll do it all over again. And say it with me, everyone. No matter what life throws at me, I have the ability to make this a fantastic day. Bye-bye, everyone.